taxi lights and closing doors. I walk through unfamiliar days like someone lost before. Every cafe, every face seemed to disappear too fast. And every night this city felt like a place I couldn't keep. I tried to call it home, but something never stayed. Like holding on to smoke that slowly fades away. I was living among strangers with a suitcase full of time, searching for a place to rest, but never knowing why. Even when the lights were warm, my heart stayed somewhere else. Old musicians by the square played songs I almost knew, and for a moment in the crowd I thought of me and you. Windows glowing in the dark, people laughing from inside, while I kept walking silently with both hands in my coat. Maybe some roads in our lives are only meant to pass through. Not every city waits for us to finally belong. I was drifting through the seasons, watching years go quietly. Every street became a memory before it could become my own. Sky, I still carried yesterday. Somewhere far behind these buildings there's a version of my life, still standing in a younger world that never said goodbye. Now the night falls on the rooftops and the last tram disappears. People gather in warm rooms while I remain out here, still searching through the silence for a place that feels like mine. Evening shadows crossed the square as the daylight faded slow. The sound of wheels along the rails began to disappear below. People gathered coats and bags and hurried toward the night, while I stayed beside the window watching city lights. There are hours in the when memories return, quiet as the cooling air after the sun has gone. When the streets became softer and the last tram rolled away, I could feel the distant echoes of the life we used to make. In the silence after sunset, my heart still called your name. Old cafes turn their lights on, one by one along the road. A lonely saxophone was playing somewhere down below. The air carried pieces of forgotten summer nights, and suddenly I found myself looking back in time. Maybe every passing season leaves a trace we cannot hide, waiting in the quiet moments late at night inside us. When the city grew quieter and the windows filled with gold, every corner seemed to hold the dreams we couldn't hold. While the evening slowly deepened, I still walked beside those days. Sometimes all it takes is a distant sound at night to open every memory we thought we'd left behind. Now the rails are cold and empty, and the sky has turned to blue. But somewhere through the fading dark, I still remember you, like the final tram at twilight, slowly disappearing home. Sunday sunlight filled the air, golden on the narrow road. People moved without a rush, like nowhere else to go. Children laughed beyond the square, bicycles rolled slowly by, and somewhere from an open door a soft old song survived. Sundays don't need a reason to stay inside the heart. They live within the quiet light we carry through the years. On a slow and peaceful afternoon, the world felt warm and still. Every window, every street held a kind of gentle dream, and for a little while life seemed easy once again. Coffee cups on tiny tables, shadows dancing on the walls, an old man reading yesterday's news beside the tram line stop. I watched the sunlight moving across the faded stone, and suddenly the years behind didn't feel so far from home. Maybe happiness appears in moments small and quiet, hidden in ordinary days we almost pass on by. On that While the city slowly glowed, my heart rested there a while. Sometimes peace arrives softly, like sunlight through a room, without a sound or warning. It simply stays with you. Now the day is slowly ending, and the shadows stretch below. But somewhere in that gentle light, a part of me still goes back to those quiet streets beneath the Sunday sky. The city settled down. Somewhere from the building next door, a soft old song drifted out. I couldn't catch the words at first, just the feeling in the air, like a memory slowly waking from somewhere far away. Sometimes a distant melody can open up the years, bringing back forgotten nights we thought had disappeared. From somewhere beyond the hallway, a lonely record played, and every note kept carrying me to places far away. While the night moved through the windows, my heart stayed with that song. Street lights painted golden lines across the quiet floor. Cars roll slowly through the dark, like countless nights before. I stood there without moving, listening through the walls, as if the past had found me in that ordinary hour. Maybe certain songs remain inside us all our lives, waiting for a quiet night to rise again inside. From somewhere beyond the silence, that old melody returned. Every chord felt like a doorway to the days that used to burn. And beneath the fading midnight, I could almost hear your voice. Sometimes music knows the places words could never reach, softly touching hidden memories city moved a little slower as the daylight slipped away. People crossed the narrow streets at the ending of the day. I stood beside the open window without a place to go, watching all the distant lights begin to softly glow. Sometimes quiet evenings say more than words can say, holding all the little thoughts we hide through busy days. As the evening slowly faded and the rooftops lost their light, I could feel the old days drifting through the silence of the night, while the world kept moving on. My heart stayed there a while. A soft wind moved the curtains as music filled the air. Somewhere far beyond the avenue, someone laughed down there. The shadows stretched across the walls like memories passing through, and every fading color brought me closer back to you. Maybe every quiet night carries pieces of our lives, hidden in the gentle moments we never realize. As the evening turned to midnight and the streets grew calm below, every window in the distance seemed to hold a quiet soul, while the city lights kept shining. I still wandered through the years. Sometimes the smallest moments remain the longest in the heart, like the final light of evening before the dark begins. Now the night has fully fallen and the sky is deep and blue. Still I watch the silent city like I always used to do, while the last light slowly disappears. My heart remains with you. People moved beneath the lights, far below the open frame, while she stood without a word, watching evenings slowly change. Cars rolled past the avenue like waves beneath the sky. And somewhere in the cooling air, a lonely song drifted by. No one knew the thoughts she kept behind those quiet eyes. Some feelings stay hidden like stars before the night. She stood above the city as the daylight slipped away, watching all the distant lives that never knew her name. And in the softly falling dusk, her heart remained somewhere else. The curtains move beside her with a gentle evening wind. Street lights painted golden lines across the walls within. Someone laughed down on the corner. Somewhere music filled the air, but she stayed there in silence, like she was waiting there. Maybe every lonely window holds a story never told, quiet dreams and faded memories growing old inside the soul. She stood above the avenue while the night grew deep and blue. Every passing shadow seemed to bring forgotten moments through. And beneath the city lights, she held on to younger days. Sometimes the world keeps moving while the heart stays far behind, lost inside a single moment it could never leave behind. Now the rooftops shine with moonlight and the streets grow calm below. Still she watches from the window as the midnight breezes blow, like a memory softly fading into the distant night. Dusty sunlight filled the room as the curtains moved so slow. I sat beside the wooden desk, watching people down below. Sheets of paper in my hands, covered up with half-made lines, words I never had the nerve to leave behind that night. Some feelings stay unfinished, like songs without an end. No matter how much time goes by, they return again. I wrote your name in silence, then folded up the page, keeping all the things streetlights colored all the rain. Someone played an old piano somewhere down the lane. I could hear the city breathing through the window cracked apart, while every letter that I wrote only filled my heart. Maybe some words are meant to stay where they were born, hidden in forgotten drawers long after love is gone. I wrote your name in silence, like a secret no one knew. Every page became a place that carried me to you. And through the quiet midnight air, I still hear those younger years. Sometimes unfinished feelings remain the most alive, quietly inside us, long after goodbye. Now the room is dark and empty, and the streets have all grown still. But somewhere in those faded pages, your memory lingers still, like the soft light from that window on an ordinary night. The sun was fading from the walls as the evening cooled the air. People walked with quiet steps through the city everywhere. Golden light across the streets slowly disappeared from view, and all the passing hours felt softer before the shadows turned blue. There are moments in the twilight when the heart begins to roam, searching through forgotten seasons for the place it used to know. Before the night completely found us and the daylight slipped away, I could feel the old days returning through the silence of the rain. While the city held its breath, my heart wandered back again. Cafe beside the corner turned its lights on one by one. Someone played a distant melody as another day was done. I watched reflections on the windows, cars moving slow below, and suddenly the years behind me didn't feel so long ago. Every fading evening carries pieces of the past, hidden in the quiet colors that never seem to last. Before the streets grew dark and empty, and the sky turned deep and gray, every shadow in the distance seemed to call my name. While the wind moved through the rooftops, I still heard those younger dreams. Sometimes the heart remembers without a single word. Through the changing light of evening and the songs we barely heard, now the midnight air surrounds me and the world has settled low. Still I think about that moment before the shadows turn blue, like a memory softly glowing at the ending of the day. Spring air along the streets carried scents of distant rain. People walked with lighter steps beneath the fading day. Trees were waking one by one after months of winter gray. And somewhere in the crowded town, old memories returned again. Sometimes a changing season opens doors inside the heart, bringing back forgotten days we thought had gone too far. Spring arrived without a warning, softly drifting through my life. Every breeze across the city felt like younger days tonight. Beneath the pale blue sky, my heart wandered back in time. Sunlight touched the old stone walls as trams rolled slowly by. Someone played a radio from a window up nearby. I stood beside the avenue, watching shadows move and fade, while distant laughter in the air carried me away. Maybe every passing spring returns a part of who we were, hidden underneath the years, still alive somewhere inside us. Spring arrived across the rooftops, warm against the evening light. Every corner of the city seemed to glow a little brighter, and through the quiet afternoon, I could almost hear those days. Some memories never leave us, they only wait for spring to rise again like sunlight after a long cold season. Now the sky is turning amber and the day begins to slow. Still the softly following my soul. Slowly filled with light as the sky turns soft and gray. People gathered in their rooms at the ending of the day. Curtains moved in evening air. Old songs drifted from afar, and somewhere through the quiet streets I heard a passing car. Every room holds memories no one else can see, hidden in the ordinary nights we carry silently. When the evening came softly and the city lights appeared, every window seemed to hold a different kind of story here. And beneath the darkening sky, my heart stayed awake a while. Someone laughed behind thin walls. Somebody closed a door. A radio played quietly, like so many nights before. I watched reflections on the glass as shadows crossed the room, and suddenly the years behind returned beneath the moon. Maybe all the lives we pass carry dreams just like our own, lonely hearts and quiet hopes inside places called home. When the rooftops turned to gold and the streets grew calm below, every light above the avenue seemed to gently glow, while the night moved through the city. I still wandered through old days. years below. I leaned against the open frame with nowhere else to go. Old cafes and distant sounds fill the air so quietly, and for a while the crowded street felt like a memory. I don't know why tonight the years came back again, like footsteps on a road I thought I'd left behind. There was a time I used to run through younger days and summer rain. Now every passing stranger's face brings back the world I knew again. And in the fading afternoon, my heart still wanders far away. Cars move slowly down the hill, evening touched the stone old walls. Someone laughed across the street as shadows filled the boulevard. The wind carried a distant song from somewhere I could not see, and suddenly the life I had came rushing back to me. Maybe every city keeps the ghost we leave behind, waiting in the quiet hours when no one else can find us. There was a time I used to dream of leaving everything behind, but standing by this window now, I miss the days I couldn't find. And through the amber-colored light, my heart still drifts beyond tonight. Sometimes the world keeps turning while we're still standing still, holding pieces of old seasons we thought we'd finally healed. Now every light along the street feels softer than it did before, and every road I never took still lingers somewhere in my soul. As evening slowly disappears, I watch the city breathe below. People hurry down the avenue under fading golden skies. Coffee smoke and distant cars reflected in their tired eyes. I stayed beside the open window, watching shadows slowly grow, like a scene I've seen before, somewhere long ago. Every corner of this town carries echoes in the air of days we thought would never fade, but disappeared somewhere. After 4, the city changes, lights grow softer on the road, and every passing face reminds me of the life I used to know. While the evening moves around me, my heart walks the streets alone. still stood there alone. A melody from far away drifted through the cooling air, and suddenly the years between didn't feel so far from here. Maybe time keeps living on inside ordinary days, hidden in the quiet moments we almost walk away from. After 4, the city quiets like a song without an end, and all the roads I left behind come back to me again in the slowly darkening sky. I still hear those younger dreams. Sometimes all it takes is an evening light to bring back every season we thought had disappeared. Now the windows start reflecting all the colors of the night, and somewhere in the crowded streets the past still walks beside my life, while the city keeps on moving. I remain here for a while. Morning rain on empty streets, taxi lights and closing doors. I walk through unfamiliar days like someone lost before. Every cafe, every face seemed to disappear too fast, and every night this city felt like a place I couldn't keep. I tried to call it home, but something never stayed, like holding on to smoke that slowly fades away. I was living among strangers with a suitcase full of time, searching for a place to rest but never knowing why. Even when the lights were warm, my heart stayed somewhere else. Old musicians by the square played songs I almost knew, and for a moment in the crowd I thought of me and you. Windows glowing in the dark, people laughing from inside, while I kept walking silently with both hands in my coat. Maybe some roads in our lives are only meant to pass through. Not every city waits for us to finally belong. I was drifting through the seasons, watching years go quietly. Every street became a memory before it could become my own. And beneath the evening sky, I still carried yesterday. Somewhere far behind these buildings, there's a version of my life still standing in a younger still searching through the silence for a place that feels like mine. Evening shadows crossed the square as the daylight faded slow. The sound of wheels along the rails began to disappear below. People gathered coats and bags and hurried toward the night, while I stayed beside the window watching city lights. There are hours in the evening when memories return, quiet as the cooling air after the sun has gone. When the streets became softer and the last tram rolled away, I could feel the distant echoes of the life we used to make. In the silence after sunset, my heart still called your name. Old cafes turned their lights on, one by one along the road. A lonely saxophone was playing somewhere down below. The air carried pieces of forgotten summer nights, and suddenly I found myself looking back in time. Maybe every passing season leaves a trace we cannot hide, waiting in the quiet moments late at night inside us. When the city grew quieter and the windows filled with gold, every corner seemed to hold the dreams we couldn't hold. While the evening slowly deepened, I still walked beside those days. Sometimes all it takes is a distant sound at night to open every memory we thought we'd left behind. Now the rails are cold and empty, and the sky has turned to blue. But somewhere through the fading dark, I still remember you, like the final tram at twilight, slowly disappearing home. Sunday sunlight filled the air, golden on the narrow road. People moved without a rush, like nowhere else to go. Children laughed beyond the square, bicycles rolled slowly by, and somewhere from an open door a soft old song survived. Sundays don't need a reason to stay inside the heart. They live within the quiet light we carry through the years. On a slow and peaceful afternoon, the world felt warm and still. Every window, every street held a kind of gentle dream, and for a little while life seemed easy once again. Coffee cups on tiny tables, shadows dancing on the walls, an old man reading yesterday's news beside the tram line stop. I watched the sunlight moving across the faded stone, and suddenly the years behind didn't feel so far from home. Maybe happiness appears in moments small and quiet, hidden in ordinary days we almost pass on by. On that calm and golden evening, nothing needed to be said. Every passing breeze carried pieces of the life we had. While the city slowly glowed, my heart rested there a while. Sometimes peace arrives softly, like sunlight through a room, without a sound or warning. It simply stays with you. Now the day is slowly ending, and the shadows stretch below, but somewhere in that gentle light, a part of me still goes back to those quiet streets beneath the Sunday sky. As the city settled down, somewhere from the building next door, a soft old song drifted out. I couldn't catch the words at first, just the feeling in the air, like a memory slowly waking from somewhere far away. Sometimes a distant melody can open up the years, bringing back forgotten nights we thought had disappeared. From somewhere beyond the hallway, a lonely to places far away, while the night moved through the windows. My heart stayed with that song. Street lights painted golden lines across the quiet floor. Cars roll slowly through the dark, like countless nights before. I stood there without moving, listening through the walls, as if the past had found me in that ordinary hour. Maybe certain songs remain inside us all our lives, waiting for a quiet night to rise again inside, from somewhere beyond the silence. That old melody returned. Every chord felt like a doorway to the days that used to burn. And beneath the fading midnight, I could almost hear your voice. Sometimes music knows the places words could never reach, softly touching hidden memories we no longer speak. Now the city lights are dimmer, and the streets have all grown still. But somewhere through the open darkness, that melody lingers still, like a warm and distant echo floating through the night. The city moved a little slower as the daylight slipped away. People crossed the narrow streets at the ending of the day. I stood beside the open window, without a place to go, watching all the distant lights begin to softly glow. Sometimes quiet evenings say more than words can say, holding all the little thoughts we hide through busy days. As the evening slowly faded and the rooftops lost their light, I could feel the old days drifting through the silence of the night, while the world kept moving on. as music filled the air. Somewhere far beyond the avenue, someone laughed down there. The shadows stretched across the walls like memories passing through, and every fading color brought me closer back to you. Maybe every quiet night carries pieces of our lives, hidden in the gentle moments we never realize. As the evening turned to midnight and the streets grew calm below, every window in the distance seemed to hold a quiet soul, while the city lights kept shining. I still wandered through the years. Sometimes the smallest moments remain the longest in the heart, like the final light of evening before the dark begins. Now the night has fully fallen and the sky is deep and blue. Still I watch the silent city like I always used to do, while the last light slowly disappears. My heart remains with you. People moved beneath the lights, far below the open frame, while she stood without a word, watching evening slowly change. Cars rolled past the avenue like waves beneath the sky, and somewhere in the cooling air a lonely song drifted by. No one knew the thoughts she kept behind those quiet eyes. Some feelings stay hidden like stars before the night. She stood above the city as the daylight slipped away, watching all the distant lives that never knew her name. And in the softly falling dusk, her heart remained somewhere else. The curtains move beside her with a gentle evening wind. Street lights painted golden lines across the walls within. like she was waiting there. Maybe every lonely window holds a story never told, quiet dreams and faded memories growing old inside the soul. She stood above the avenue while the night grew deep and blue. Every passing shadow seemed to bring forgotten moments through. And beneath the city lights, she held on to younger days. Sometimes the world keeps moving while the heart stays far behind, lost inside a single moment it could never leave behind. Now the rooftops shine with moonlight and the streets grow calm below. Still she watches from the window as the midnight breezes blow, like a memory softly fading into the distant night. Dusty sunlight filled the room as the curtains moved so slow. I sat beside the wooden desk, watching people down below. Sheets of paper in my hands, covered up with half-made lines, words I never had the nerve to leave behind that night. Some feelings stay unfinished, like songs without an end. No matter how much time goes by, they return again. I wrote your name in silence, then folded up the page, keeping all the things I felt locked away for days. And somewhere in that lonely room, my heart still waits for you. Evening settled on the wall, street lights colored all the rain. Someone played an old piano somewhere down the lane. I could hear the city breathing through the window cracked apart, while every letter that I wrote only filled my heart. Maybe some words are meant to stay where they were born, hidden in forgotten drawers long after love is gone. I wrote your name in silence, like a secret no one knew. Every page became a place that carried me to you. And through the quiet midnight air, I still hear those younger years. Sometimes unfinished feelings remain the most alive, streets have all grown still, but somewhere in those faded pages, your memory lingers still, like the soft light from that window on an ordinary night. The sun was fading from the walls as the evening cooled the air. People walked with quiet steps through the city everywhere. Golden light across the streets slowly disappeared from view, and all the passing hours felt softer before the shadows turned blue. There are moments in the twilight when the heart begins to roam, searching through forgotten seasons for the place it used to know. Before the night completely found us and the daylight slipped away, I could feel the old days returning through the silence of the rain. While the city held its breath, my heart wandered back again. Cafe beside the corner turned its lights on one by one. Someone played a distant melody as another day was done. I watched reflections on the windows, cars moving slow below, and suddenly the years behind me didn't feel so long ago. Maybe every fading evening carries pieces of the past, hidden in the quiet colors that never seem to last. Before the streets grew dark and empty and the sky turned deep and gray, every shadow in the distance seemed to call my name. While the wind moved through the rooftops, I still heard those younger dreams. Sometimes the heart remembers without a single word. Through the changing light of evening and the songs we barely heard, now the midnight air surrounds me and the world has settled low. Still I think about that moment before the shadows turn blue, like a memory softly glowing at the ending of the day. the streets carried scents of distant rain. People walked with lighter steps beneath the fading day. Trees were waking one by one after months of winter gray. And somewhere in the crowded town, old memories returned again. Sometimes a changing season opens doors inside the heart, bringing back forgotten days we thought had gone too far. Spring arrived without a warning, softly drifting through my life. Every breeze across the city felt like younger days tonight. And beneath the pale blue sky, my heart wandered back in time. Sunlight touched the old stone walls as trams rolled slowly by. Someone played a radio from a window up nearby. I stood beside the avenue, watching shadows move and fade, while distant laughter in the air carried me away. Maybe every passing spring returns a part of who we were, hidden underneath the years, still alive somewhere inside us. Spring arrived across the rooftops, warm against the evening light. Every corner of the city seemed to glow a little brighter, and through the quiet afternoon, I could almost hear those days. Some memories never leave us, they only wait for spring to rise again like sunlight after a long cold season. Now the sky is turning amber and the day begins to slow. Still the gentle wind of April moves through streets I used to know, like a song I can't forget, softly following my soul. Windows slowly filled with light as the sky turned soft and gray. People gathered in their rooms at the ending of the day. Curtains moved in evening air, old songs drifted from afar, and somewhere through the quiet streets I heard a passing car. Every room holds memories no one else can see, hidden in the ordinary nights we carry silently. When the evening came softly and the city lights appeared, every window seemed to hold a different kind of story here. and beneath the darkening sky, my heart stayed awake a while. Someone laughed behind thin walls. Somebody closed a door. A radio played quietly, like so many nights before. I watched reflections on the glass as shadows crossed the room, and suddenly the years behind returned beneath the moon. Maybe all the lives we pass carry dreams just like our own, lonely hearts and quiet hopes inside places called home. When the rooftops turned to gold and the streets grew calm below, every light above the avenue seemed to gently glow, while the night moved through the city. I still wandered through old days. Sometimes peace arrives at night without a single sound, like the warmth of distant windows shining through the dark. Now the midnight air is colder and the world has settled down. Still the quiet, glowing windows look like stars above the town. And somewhere in the fading light, I still feel those moments near. Golden light fell on the avenue. People walk like waves below. I leaned against the open frame with nowhere else to go. Old cafes and distant sounds fill the air so quietly, and for a while the crowded street felt like a memory. I don't know why tonight the years came back again, like footsteps on a road I thought I'd left behind. There was a time I used to run through younger days and summer rain. Now every passing stranger's face brings back the world I knew again. And in the fading afternoon, my heart still wanders far away. Cars move slowly down the hill, evening touched the stone old walls. Someone laughed across the street as shadows filled the boulevard. The wind carried a distant song from somewhere I could not see, and suddenly the life I had came rushing back to me. Maybe every city keeps the ghost we leave behind, waiting in the quiet hours when no one else can find us. There was a time I used to dream of leaving everything behind, but standing by this window now, I miss the days I couldn't find. And through the amber-colored light, my heart still drifts beyond tonight. Sometimes the world keeps turning while we're still standing still, holding pieces of old seasons we thought we'd finally healed. Now every light along the street feels softer than it did before, and every road I never took still lingers somewhere in my soul. As evening slowly disappears, I watch the city breathe below. People hurry down the avenue under fading golden skies. Coffee smoke and distant cars reflected in their tired eyes. I stayed beside the open window, watching shadows slowly grow, like a scene I've seen before, somewhere long ago. Every corner of this town carries echoes in the air of days we thought would never fade, but disappeared somewhere. After 4, the city changes, lights grow softer on the road, and every passing face reminds me of the life I used to know. While the evening moves around me, my heart walks the streets alone. The old tram rolled beyond the square as sunlight touched the stone. Someone laughed across the alley, but I still stood there alone. A melody from far away drifted through the cooling air, and suddenly the years between didn't feel so far from here. Maybe time keeps living on inside ordinary days, hidden in the quiet moments we almost walk away from. After 4, the city quiets like a song without an end, and all the roads I left behind come back to me again in the slowly darkening sky. I still hear those younger dreams. Sometimes all it takes is an evening light to bring back every season we thought had disappeared. Now the windows start reflecting all beside my life while the city keeps on moving.